Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is my Module 1 presentation. So, for this activity, we were assigned to build a simple thermometer using kind of the balloon, the water bottle, spray paint, those different materials, and from there we were supposed to come up with our own question and use the engineering design process template to document your STEM design process. Along with that, we were supposed to analyze the activities and connections among STEM practices on page 38 of the reading. So, identify the problem and explore the first two steps in the STEM engineering process. So, my problem was would the different style of bottles affect the thermometer's ability? So I chose to use two different types of bottles. So on the left, there's the Great Value one. It's a much thinner plastic that they use, or much less plastic, I guess you could say. And then on the right side was a Swiss bottle, which uses much thicker plastic, which you can kind of tell in the picture there that they are. The one on the left looks pretty flimsy compared to the one on the right. Apparently, Swiss likes to waste more plastic. So design and create. So in my design, when I was going through this project, if you'll notice over here, this is where I started in the morning at 10 a.m. This is the Swiss bottle here. They were both spray painted black, same spray paint, that sort of stuff. So Swiss is over here, and then the Great Value's here. Notice in this first picture they weren't taped down or anything as they were over here. They kind of blew over from the cars over here on the road. And then when I set them back up, I set them up backwards. That's why I have the key up here. However, when I was going through it, I tried to keep as many variables constant as I could, such as the type of paint that I used, the color balloon, type of balloon, that sort of stuff, location, all that stuff was pretty consistent throughout. The only difference was the type of bottle used. So notice in this second picture here, after about an hour, the one on the right, the Swiss bottle, is actually starting to inflate where the Great Value wasn't so much. And then over here at 12:30, the Swiss was actually standing up, which was kind of cool. And the Great Value was only slightly inflated over there. This kind of went against my hypothesis because I thought the thicker plastic would, kind of limit everything going on, but I guess I was wrong. So here's my engineering design process. So identify the problem. My problem was if the thickness of the plastic kind of correlated with the ability of the thermometer. So the way to explore it, I used two different types of bottles. I could have used more brands, but I had Great Value at my house, and Swiss I had because of work. Design, I talked to you guys about the design. I kind of used the two different bottles, spray painted them the same. I created the experiment over here, kept as many variables the same as I could, or tried to limit as many variables as I could. And the only thing that was kind of different between them was in fact the bottle thickness. Tried it out, and as you can see, my Swiss bottle kind of was more, I don't want to say more accurate, but had a better effect on the temperature as opposed to the Great Value did. And then to make it better, I think I could investigate different brands or sizes of bottles, maybe see if the 2-liter has any other, if it works better or worse than the smaller bottles, or if, a different brand has a better one as well. So the connections among STEM practices, kind of what's going on from my experiment. The science aspect of it, there were questions asked, developed and used models, and plan and carry out investigations. So I investigated the different plastic thicknesses to kind of see which one was better. So that was my investigation. My engineering aspect of it, there was defined problems along with developing these models and carried out the investigation. The ones down here we didn't, or I rather, didn't really engage in argument from evidence or use mathematical and, different thinking and or any of the other skills that are listed down below for either of these two categories. Technology aspect, become aware of the web and technological systems on which society depends. I kind of chose this one just because I think that the thickness of the bottles, that kind of correlates with, technology and how they make the bottles, along with being able to look up to see how much plastic is being wasted from these different companies and how, and that sort of concept within it. And then the mathematics would be to make sense of problems, preserving solution to them. I didn't really do much with mathematics. That's why it's kind of only at the top up here. However, some different things that we could do with mathematics would be to kind of see the temperature and kind of correlate it with the thermometer to see if it's working, and kind of go through it from there. So this is my presentation for Module 1. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Thank you for listening.